2030 तक लॉजिस्टिक्स क्षेत्र में 47 लाख लंबित नौकरियों के लिए बड़े स्किलिंग सुधार और डिजिटल वर्कफोर्स निर्माण जरूरी। लॉजिस्टिक्स सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल के सीईओ, लॉजिमेट इंडिया में। मुंबई, भारत के लॉजिस्टिक्स क्षेत्र में 2025 के दौरान मजबूत भर्ती गतिविधि देखी गई, जहां वर्ष की दूसरी छमाही में 10.8% शुद्ध रोजगार वृद्धि दर्ज की गई, जो दर्शाता है कि उद्योग के विस्तार के साथ बड़ी संख्या में पद भरे जा रहे हैं। फ्रेट, वेयरहाउसिंग, ट्रांसपोर्टेशन और सप्लाई चेन कार्यों में वृद्धि के चलते 2030 तक इस क्षेत्र को 47 लाख अतिरिक्त कर्मचारियों की आवश्यकता होगी। इस बढ़ती और तत्काल मांग को पूरा करने के लिए बड़े स्किलिंग सुधार और डिजिटल वर्कफोर्स निर्माण जरूरी है। लॉजिस्टिक्स सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल के सीईओ रविकांत यमर्थी ने आज लॉजिमेट इंडिया 2026 में उद्योग जगत के नेताओं को संबोधित करते हुए कहा। तारांकन लॉजिस्टिक्स सेक्टर स्किल काउंसिल ने लॉजिमेट इंडिया के साथ प्रतिभा अंतर को पाटने और भारत को लॉजिस्टिक्स क्षेत्र में विश्व की टैलेंट कैपिटल के रूप में स्थापित करने के लिए साझेदारी भी की है। दुनिया के सबसे बड़े लॉजिस्टिक्स, फ्रेट और ट्रांसपोर्टेशन शो लॉजिमेट इंडिया 2026 का बहुप्रतीक्षित तीसरा संस्करण आज मुंबई के बॉम्बे एग्जीबिशन सेंटर में भव्य उद्घाटन समारोह के साथ शुरू हुआ। इस वर्ष यह आयोजन और भी भव्य है, जिसमें 10 देशों से 350 से अधिक वैश्विक ब्रांड भाग ले रहे हैं। ये रणनीतिक सहयोग उद्योग संरेखित प्रमाणन कार्यक्रमों और व्यावहारिक प्रशिक्षण के माध्यम से कार्यबल के कौशल उन्नयन को बढ़ावा देकर स्किल गैप को पाटने के लिए समर्पित है।
Honorable Chief Guest Sri Shyam Yaganathan, esteemed dignitaries, partners, exhibitors and guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great pleasure and honor for me to welcome you to the third edition of Logimat India. And making the way from the hotel to this exhibition center this morning, I experienced how important logistics is and how important the improvement of logistics is. So we were stuck in traffic and we were late, so sorry for keeping you waiting, and thanks of all you of being here. Over the years, Logimat India has evolved into a strategic industry platform closely aligned with India's logistics and manufacturing ambitions. Today, it stands at the intersection of policy, technology and industry, supporting India's journey towards global supply chain leadership. This year, Logimat India brings together over 120 exhibitors with strong international participation from 7 countries, including Germany with an official governmental German pavilion, the United States, the Netherlands, Switzerland, Italy, China and Singapore. This reflects India's growing importance as a global hub for logistics innovations and collaboration. Logimat India provides Indian stakeholders direct access to global best practices, advanced technologies and integrated solutions across intralogistics, warehousing, automation, transportation and supply chain management. Just as importantly, it is a platform where meaningful partnerships are formed and innovation moves from concept to execution. The theme of this year's conference, Empowering India's Logistics Ecosystem, Resilience, Innovation and Sustainability, captures the urgency of the moment. As global disruption, rapid digital transformation and environmental imperatives reshape logistics, the focus must be on building a resilient, technology-enabled and sustainable supply chain ecosystem. We are proud to be supported by leading industry partners such as Adverb Technologies, Gandhi Automation, Rex and Rollers, Armstrong Dematting, Jung Heinrich, SOTI and J-Storage Solution, who represent excellence in automation and logistics technology. Thanks for your support. Our strong association partners, including the Indian Chamber of International Business, the Warehousing Association of India, the Indo-French Chamber of Commerce, the Indo-American Chamber of Commerce, the All India Warehousing Welfare Association, and our strategic partner, VDMA, Germany's and Europe's largest network organization and an important voice for the machinery and equipment manufacturing industry worldwide. The addition of Logimat India also comes at a significant moment in the India-German partnership. Bilateral trade between our two countries crossed $15 billion in highlighting the depths of cooperation across trade, logistics, technology, and investment. The recently signed free trade agreement between the European Union and India will give another boost to the trade volume between Europe and India. I would like to thank all of our exhibitors, partners, associations, and the organizing team for making Logimat India 2026 possible. I wish all of you inspiring and successful days at Logimat India. Thank you very much and have a good business opportunities and a good footfall of this conference and the trade show. Thank you very much.
Great pleasure to address you today at Logimat India. In fact, the third edition of Logimat India. A platform that brings together the very forces that keep the economies moving. Logistics, supply chain, technology, and innovation. A wise man once said, a nation that moves effectively also grows sustainably. In fact, logistics is the silent force behind India's growth story because India stands at a defining moment in its economic journey. A moment where logistics is no longer a support function but a strategic driver of competitiveness and growth. India today is the fourth largest economy with a GDP exceeding $4 trillion and well on track to becoming the third largest economy in the next few years. This growth is being powered by manufacturing, infrastructure, consumption, exports, and digitalization. Yet behind every successful sector lies one critical enabler, logistics. Whether it is moving raw materials to factories, finished goods to the markets, or exports to global destination, logistics determines the speed, cost, reliability, and sustainability of economic growth. The Indian logistics sector itself is vast, dynamic, and full of opportunity. It contributes nearly 14% to India's GDP and employs over 22 million people directly and indirectly.
Namaskar. Dignitaries on the dais, Mr. Shashi Kiran Shetty sir, who I have often been mentioning as the poster boy story for how logistics can transform Indian economy. Mr. Rajesh Nath, Mr. Shkamil, Mr. Bernard Miller sir, furthering the Indian-German participation, and all wonderful dignitaries, eminent colleagues from the Coast Guard who are participating in Logimat. Please permit me to make a very brief presentation, and this is largely because I'll start with the global landscape, come to how India fits in the global landscape, and then how critical proper logistics is to power the Indian and global economic progress. Now, this is what everyone is talking about globally. The Honorable Prime Minister's Viksit Bharat Sankalp, where you and me are a part of this effort. India, ladies and gentlemen, is growing leaps and bounds will incidentally be crossing Germany in terms of economic growth and GDP value. And not only will we be the third largest economy, we will also be the most populous, also the most democratic, and the most stable voice of reliability in today's geopolitical uncertainties. This is where we stand logistically speaking. Two of our ports are among the top 40. Our turnaround time for ships, which incidentally bring 90% of the cargo, import and export into the economy, is one of the best globally. It's less than a day. We contribute among the top 3 nations in global seafaring pool of human resources, and this is where India again can become a logistics powerhouse. In terms of global competitiveness, we still have a lot of work to do. We may be better than Vietnam, but look at where European nations are leading. South Korea, the kind of competitiveness they have. Whatever costs you have for your logistics being lower is value added to your globally competent value chain. Meaning, if you are cost effective on the logistics front, you are then becoming an economic powerhouse because you have a unique cost proposition in terms of contributing any particular value chain globally. Since I am incumbent in the post of Director General of Shipping, please permit me to focus on the maritime part of logistics. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the India Maritime Vision. At this very venue of NESCO at Goregaon in October 2025, the Honorable Prime Minister addressed the nation from here. The Honorable Union Home Minister Shri Amit Shah ji participated, and the Honorable Chief Minister Shri Devendra Fadnavis ji also underlined what major leaps and bounds are happening in the maritime sector, including one of the 10 biggest mega ports globally happening at Vadhva. Maritime specific, national economic specific, these are the enablers of Indian logistics ecosystem, which I have indicated. And what do we need? We need resilience, we need sustainability, and what we need is a true blue economy powering the national growth. One major concern, if you look at how we move our cargo or our logistics, we are more road specific. The cost in road per ton of movement of cargo is more expensive compared to water. So the focus has to be on modal shift. I have already reiterated how critical the blue economy is, while precipitating the growth in terms of faster, better, efficient ports. We also act as one major infrastructure leverage. But for logistics to truly happen, it's not just the maritime domain, everything has to come together. As Mr. Miller had mentioned, traffic is one movement, digital infrastructure is one, which then allows you to physically be at one location and use technology as a leverage to convenience your own logistics. Innovation is something that needs to be powered. The biggest thing happening is the maritime single window, meaning any vessel approaching a port, be it whether in India or globally elsewhere, would have the same interface. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the digital interface for the logistics of tomorrow, unifying everything. The Honorable Prime Minister has pushed the Gati Shakti portal. So you have dedicated freight corridors, you have all these 7 engines driving the logistics, which is basically roads, which is rail, waterways, ports, all of these together making the nation move as one integrated whole. Let me lastly come to the most critical part, we may talk big about infrastructure, but it is the humans that man it. And here, a salute to officials from the Coast Guard. They are our first responders in terms of maritime distress. They address our NOS DCP, and they have been doing a phenomenal job protecting the Indian coastal security, keeping lives secure from maritime dangerous goods handling, spills, environmental disasters, collisions, rescue of life at sea. Sagar Mein Samman is a salute to women in India. In the logistics sector too, we need more and more women partnering their male counterparts while we tread this economic growth story. I leave you with a few slides. Sagar Mein Yog is what we brand as the 10 components of wellness. Good health to everybody, good mental peace, feeling of wellness, unison of body, mind and spirit. And that goes for everybody, irrespective of which sphere or field they are engaged in.
I'm very honored to be here on the third edition of the Logimat India and to see the improvement in the show and the improvement of technology as well. And technology will be the focus of my conference address here. The world is becoming more digital and networked, and intralogistics certainly is not and may not be an exception. We have a large number of systems that need to be sticked together and make the world work. When entire economies need to become more resilient, the transformation begins on the small scale, where machines connect and materials and data